Have a seat. Mini Shukla. What is the meaning of mini here?
So the meaning of mini is small.
Small. So why you named as a mini, small?
Sir, actually, I and my sister were named similarly, Priyanka and Priya. So later on, when I was 3 or 4, my father decided to change my name, and I was the youngest, so perhaps that was the reason.
So you are Mini Shukla and you want to be an officer in Indian Civil Services. So why you wanna join the service?
Sir, I believe the meaning of mini that I feel reflects my personality is subtleness and soft-spokenness, that I can be accessible to people, and that is something that I take from my name. And apart from that, why I want to be in the services is because I worked as a journalist for about 2 years in Times of India, and I realized there are many things that I was able to communicate effectively with the people and with people in the administration.
So you are from Bhind, Madhya Pradesh. Define Bhind geographically.
Sir, 2 of the tehsils of Bhind come under the 𝐏𝐫𝐸𝐻𝐿 region, which is a region that is known for Chambal ravines, and the river Betwa flows through the region.
The images of Bhind is something else actually, which you have not been able to connect. Bhind Morena area,
Yes, sir.
it is famous for what? It used to be rather famous for what?
So it used to be notoriously famous for dacoits.
So any sort of Gwalior is a part of Bundelkhand. Bundelkhand has its own sort of problems.
Yes, sir.
How many districts are there in Bundelkhand?
So I believe 13 districts are there, 7 from UP and 6 from Madhya Pradesh.
6 from MP.
Yes, sir.
What MP districts are there? 6.
So Panna is there, the easternmost. Chhatarpur is there, next to Panna. There is
Morena.
so Morena is not part
Is
of
not in
no,
the-
so it's not considered part of the
So
list.
please be familiar with that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How you will ensure safety of women in your sort of subdivision or the district you are posted? Because women safety is an issue everywhere, whether it is rural area or it is.
So a short-term step that I would like to take is that police presence. Just the fact that people know that there is police presence changes people's perceptions. So women feel more safe because there are police stations nearby. The police's dial 100 is there, for example, in MP, which is very fast. So that is there, and apart from there should be street lightings, proper street lightings, so that women can go out at night whenever they want.
You were part of NUN setup in your school.
This is not in my school. After my school, during my college years, I was part of NUNs.
So how it has helped you to grow your personality?
Sir, in Model United Nations, my responsibility was, in one Model United Nations, I represented a country, and in another one, I was the editor-in-chief of the international press. So these responsibilities made me aware of many of the international happenings, and as the editor-in-chief, I got the opportunity to lead many students who were writing the articles. I got the opportunity to guide them what topics to write on, and if they came up with new topics, I had the opportunity to encourage them to write whatever they felt was right.
What do you understand by creativity?
So by creativity, I feel something that you do of your own, which is not something that you've seen someone do or someone has taught you to do. It is something that we create of our own instinct, of our own base of knowledge. It is not what we make, but how we think.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And is there any difference between creativity and innovation?
Sir, I believe creativity can be more intangible and innovation could be more tangible in terms of its profits, in terms of its application. So for creativity, it could be creative writing. For innovation, it could be a more scientific.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You being a student of economics, I would like to ask a straight question. How many years will India take to become a 5 trillion economy?
So our target is 2025-26, and I believe we are on our path to meet that target. We have strong macroeconomic indicators, and we are on our paths. And we have come with performance-linked incentive schemes in 14 sectors, some of the most defining sectors in the economy.
Who is your favorite editor-in-chief in India?
So, sir, he passed away recently. Tiwari, I believe, at Indian Express. He was a political editor.
Why so?
Sir, apart from reading his articles and coverage, I believe one thing that defines a journalist is how well they're able to talk to people on opposite sides of the spectrum. And that was one thing that even political leaders from all parties acknowledged after he passed away of cancer. And so that is one thing, because a journalist is supposed to bring out all parts of the story. They're supposed to give the bird's view to the people so that they can make informed conclusions about any issue.
In 2014 or 15, government changed the methodology of GDP. So there are some famous economists who told that this is faulty GDP calculating practices and it is overhyped. What is your opinion on that?
So I think two major things that were changed were, we changed GDP from factor cost to market price, and the intention there was that we wanted to make our GDP more comparable to international standards. So I personally don't think that was a wrong step, because we want to be able to compare with other economies in the world, because we are competing at an international scale. Other than that, the base year was changed, and that was a problem because people changing the base year changes how the next growth rate is going to be, because the base year is the biggest indicator of how, on what basis we are going to define the growth rate.
Okay. So do you think we have very good debate in Parliament?
Sir, the quality has certainly come down because we have members of Parliament or members of legislative assemblies just leaving the floor, just going out of the session to show a protest. They don't speak so much as they leave. They leave often, then speaking often. That is one thing. And other than that, the quality of parliamentarians we have, the criminalization of politics has definitely affected the quality of deliberations in the parliament and the quality of laws we have and their implementation.
Do you support live telecasting of Supreme Court and High Court proceedings?
Sir, in some cases, I believe it could be helpful, because we as citizens, even police officers, for example, there is section 436 of CRPC, I believe, which is according to which under trials can be released if they have served 1/3 of their prison time or half of their prison time, I'm not sure. And then 377, where homosexuality has been decriminalized, but police officers don't know about it.
So you studied in Amity University. So in your opinion, shall we promote more private university or public university?
So, in my personal opinion and in my humble opinion, I believe education should not be privatized to the extent that the inequity in education is so vast. Many people are not able to afford. For example, if we take the example of school education, we have a hierarchy of quality of education based on students studying in private elite schools and then coming private, normal private schools and then government schools. And there is a hierarchy of students, and students' confidence and the curricula depends on that. So I believe for more equity in education, I don't support that much of privatization in education.
My last question is, suppose you are an SP of a district and you got a call from someone and he inform you that there is a rape of a minor girl. So what steps you will take after receiving the call?
Sir, I will reach the incident where the incident has happened. I will try to speak to the girl who has been affected by it, and whatever people were aware of, whoever has reported the crime, I will speak to them, and I will try to, if she can identify the perpetrators, I will try to get their names and ask my team to get after them, however they can identify them by whatever marks they have left. And I will try to keep the girl safe as wherever she feels safe, because one of the problems in crimes against women is the secondary victimization that they go through. So that is one thing that I would really focus on, that she feels safe.
So there is news regarding outflow of FII recently.
Yes.
So can you say what will be the impact of FII outflow on Indian economy plus position of rupee as compared to the dollar?
Yes, sir. So because of uncertainty in the international market and because of taper tantrums that the US Federal Reserve has been increasing its rates, and we have a rather high inflation and low interest rates in India, because of which foreign institutional investors are taking back their money from here and investing and holding that money in developed markets like the US.
You got first prize in annual debate competition, participated in youth parliament.
Yes, sir.
So can you elaborate what is youth parliament? It comes under which ministry, when it was started and all?
So, Youth Parliament is organized under the aegis of Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, and I'm not aware when it started, sir, but the purpose is to make young people aware about how the parliament functions. Like sir asked, is the debate happening as it should in the parliament? So we were made familiar to how the debate goes on in the parliament and what are the issues they discuss. And we see, as students who have participated in youth parliaments, we see that our investment we spend a lot on the functionings of the parliament.
Was started, my event was 2017 Mann Ki Baat by Prime Minister.
Sorry, sir?
2017 Prime Minister in Mann Ki Baat is event organizing regularly.
Okay, sir.
And you have heard about 𝐘𝐨𝐮𝐲𝐥𝐚𝐫 in it youth parliament. Are you aware about 𝐘𝐨𝐮𝐲𝐥𝐚𝐫s?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware of
Okay, no problem. My last question to you is regarding your hobby teaching. So can you tell, as a teacher, what innovation you will bring in your teaching process?
So one innovation would be to have some kind of personal connect with the students, because that is, during the COVID pandemic, many students could not go to the school, and I believe one of the problems for students to consistently study is that they lose focus, that there is not enough motivation. And if as a teacher I can stay connected with them, if I can see their progress on a daily basis, that is something that I would try to do. For example, when I taught in an NGO for 5-6 months, what happened with me was that my students would change every week, and that was something that really affected me, that I was not able to see what their progress is.
Very general question. What is the difference between journalism and paparazzi? As we are the common people and we just started reading newspaper, how can we differentiate between the journalism and paparazzi?
Sir, I believe they also call themselves journalists, but the difference would be that paparazzi generally photograph the celebrities, and these celebrities could be Bollywood actors, actresses, cricketers and the like. Journalism is a more serious profession.
But
wherein
how can we interpret between them? Because now the technology is quite changed and changing day and night, and there are a lot of news in terms of the prints and terms of the photographs. So how can we differentiate as a common people? He started reading paper and sir, what is this? Why am I hearing about the name of a celebrity? So what do you think about this? How can we differentiate between journalism and paparazzi?
So perhaps by the choice of the newspaper, if we read the Times of India too much, there is a lot of paparazzi there, for sure.
That's why I ask.
Yes, sir.
That's why I ask. There is a different paper.
Yes,
A
sir.
lot of you just took it not for the news,
Yes, sir.
but for the pictures.
Yes, sir.
So as a common man, how can I differentiate between?
Sir, as a common person, I believe by what you're reading about. If the issue is about someone's name or what movie is coming up, and also what kind of movie is coming up. For example, there could be a journalistic story about 𝐘𝐨𝐻, and there could be a paparazzi story about some other movie, for example, 𝐶 Khan. So there is a difference that we can make there. What kind of news that we are reading and how it is being covered. Is it being sensationalized for no reason?
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mini, how was your interview?
Sir, I would rate it a little above average.
Like you was confident throughout the interview. Good command over language, interpersonal skill भी अच्छी है. सभी को engage कर रही थी. That is very good, fantastic. और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ ये है, क्या जो ज़्यादा आर्टिकुलेशन की इसमें ना तुम कुछ ज़्यादा ही सेंटेंस यूज़ कर रही हो. पिन पॉइंट आंसर दे सकती हो, उसको अवॉइड करो. ज़्यादा बोलने में भी नुकसान हो जाता है कभी कभी,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. यू आर वेरी गुड कमांडर, योर डैफ अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन है, थरो प्रिपरेशन है. बट भिंड जब मेंशन है, जो भी तुम भिंड में नहीं रही होगी, ग्वालियर के बारे में ज़्यादा जानती होगी, बट भिंड उसमें लिखा हुआ है तो तुम वहाँ पे जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पाओगे. अगर क्वेश्चन आता है तो बेटर है कि भिंड के बारे में और बुंदेलखंड के बारे में खास करके अच्छे से पढ़ लेना.
बुंदेलखंड क्वेश्चन आएगा ही आएगा, बहुत कॉमन है, सबको पता होता है, तो उस पर थोड़ा कर लो. बाकी थ्रू आउट
तो उसके बारे में अच्छे से पढ़ लेना, है ना. रवाइन वगैरह फॉर्मेशन है, उसके बारे में अच्छे से ये करना. बाकी तो ऑल गुड.
थोड़ा सा स्लो बोलो, इम्पैक्ट अच्छा आएगा. आपके पास नॉलेज है, मतलब थोड़ा आप फास्ट थोड़ा बोल देते हो, मेरे को लगता है थोड़ा सा फास्ट, थोड़ा सा. और अपना नल योजना जो है बुंदेलखंड में वाटर स्केर्सिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है. गवर्नमेंट की प्लान है यूपी गवर्नमेंट का कि टू प्रोवाइड वाटर टू ईच हाउस होल्ड.
क्वेश्चन में ना थोड़ा सा जो तुमने आंसर दिया कि मैंने पूछा था कि एसपी है, तुमको कॉल आया, व्हाट विल बी योर स्टे, तो आई विल टॉक टू दैट पर्सन. मतलब उसका कॉल आया है तो उससे वापस क्यों बात करो. बच्ची से तुम यू आर एसपी ऑफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट, सपोज योर डिस्ट्रिक्ट इज पॉपुलेशन ऑफ 1 करोड़, यू हैव 50 पुलिस स्टेशंस, तो तुम इंडिविजुअली नहीं जा सकती हो ना, यू आर एसपी. तो यू हैव टू मेंटेन दैट डेकोरम. और जो ये होगा, जैसे कि मैं आई वॉज एक्सपेक्टिंग कि वहाँ पे पॉस्को एक्ट का कुछ मेंशन आना चाहिए था, या तो आईपीसी का कुछ मेंशन आना चाहिए था, बिकॉज आई थिंक योर सिस्टर इज IPS ना, दैट्स व्हाई आई आस्क्ड यू दैट क्वेश्चन.
So I wanted to ask one small question. So when I'm asked if I'm given the resignation of SP, do I put it across that I know that the SP doesn't go, I send the TI and the CSP of the region? Can I say that?
You have enough time. Right. The next thing is your communication skills very good. Right. Eye contact is very good. बोल सकती हो. That's also very good. अपने काम कर लिया. तो
Thank you so much.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.